Okay, I'm live. Hello, hello, hello. I'm Garrett with IDC Woodcraft, and welcome. Welcome to a little live stream where we are going to be talking a little bit about business on holidays and how to get ready to get yourself set up in the CNC business for holidays like Christmas. Now, right now, it's just too late to create stuff for Christmas. Well, not totally, but it's getting pretty tight now. But before I dive into this CNC business thing, first of all, I want to say hello. It has been quite a while since I've done a live, and it's been a while since I've created a video on YouTube to teach you how to do something. So I've got a bull video that I am trying to wrap up. Holidays has gotten my business in a whirlwind as well. So hi, Roy. And we have Iron Glider. What a cool name. I like that. Iron Glider. And Jack, there's Jack. And hey, Kate, what's going on there, sister? We got a sister CNC creator on board right now. So everybody say hi, Kate. One of my favorite sister CNCers. And so, yeah, I've been a little bit on the down low as far as creating content lately. And it's just, there's been a lot of business. I've had to do things, and I've got a couple people that are helping me now, which is really taking a lot of pressure off of me so I can get back to creating content. Who else we got out here? Let's see. Mark. I'm doing a good job. Love my videos. Thank you. And hey, what's up, Doug? And we have Mallet CNC Works. And Jeff. Thank you. Welcome back. Yeah. I've missed all my brothers and sisters. I'll tell you what. So anyway, here we are all back together. Big fat hugs. Here, I'll give you a big fat hug. There we go. And not kissing you though. All right. So let's talk a little bit about CNC business for holiday projects. And we got a Facebook user in there. We got Wade. The drag bit video. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Wade just mentioned, sorry. Wade just mentioned. So I have now added another bit to the IDC Woodcraft store, and it is a diamond drag bit, and it's an industrial level bit. It is something that is being used by General Motors and NASA, National Aeronautics and Space Administration. So it's a high-end drag bit for engraving on acrylic, glass. If you're just doing acrylic, you don't really need it because you can get any other diamond engraver. But if you want to get up to glass, metal like steel, aluminum, or granite, then you need to upscale to the bit that I have. It's a WidgetWorks diamond engraver. I got to show you something else too. Got something I want to show you. It's right here, and I'm not going to show you yet, but it's kind of cool. It's new swag. Got some new swag here, and this is going to start going out with the new CNC with the router bit starter sets, and I'll probably put it on the store. It's really going to depend on what you say here. So I guess I'll show you. Now, we spend a ton of time at our CNC machines doing our design work and at the machine itself. And I figure as much time as you spend there, you probably drink a lot of coffee while you're doing it, or water, or beer, or whatever you like to drink. And so I figured I'd have a coffee cup, and of course, if you need bits, you can just scan the bit, right? And so it's a coffee cup, and so you can tell people if you got this cup in your hand, and leave you alone because you're in the middle of creating. So that's what it is. And you let me know if you want me to put it on the store, make it available. Generally, otherwise, it's going to go out with the router bit sets. I got a truckload of them. And so am I going to put together a 3D engraving set? Well, so 3D, yeah, I guess I could do that. It's easy enough. I got the bits. All I have to do is just put them together. Let me write that down. 3D engraving set. I mean, it's a taper ball nose, and then you just need a roughing bit. I mean, the reason I really haven't put a set together like that is because everybody has the bit that's going to remove all the rough material, and the only other bit that you need is the taper ball nose to do the detail. Now, what I might do is put the 2 taper ball nose as a set, so you have that. Yeah. It's coffee cups definitely a cool thing. Okay, let's talk about business. Let's talk about projects for the holidays. Now, one of the things most creators that have been in this for a little any length of time know that you have to prepare months ahead of time. So, and it the thing with Christmas is to really get a feel for what people want. One of the questions I get asked a lot is, should I make stuff in bulk? That really kind of depends on how well you understand the market that you're selling to. If you are selling retail at a craft show, you don't want to make a whole lot of stuff, but you want to make enough that you can sell a few items. Also, you want to be it's kind of better if you, especially if you're getting into custom work, is to be in a position just to take orders and make sure that you get down payments, right? You get a deposit, because that's the make or break. I've seen too many times people have made something without a deposit, and then they ended up holding a custom project that no one else will ever want. So, but there are a lot of generic Christmas things that you can make. When I say generic, I've got to be really careful with that, because you want it to be special, generic, unique type of Christmas stuff. The best type of, not just Christmas, but holiday in general. We'll talk Christmas right now. So you want to think, when it comes to Christmas, you want to think of women and what women want. And Kate, you can probably say something here. Kate, our sister, is in this chat box right now. And the reason is because women are the ones that like to decorate. We're the ones that like to decorate the man cave with tools. The women like to decorate the house. And so you want to think about the way women think. So it's always good to get their opinions. Us as guys don't necessarily understand their thought process, and so you never want to assume. You never want to assume you think you know what the market wants. I shout this out all the time, because we don't know better. If you make a bunch of stuff for holiday and you don't sell any of it, don't think that you failed. Just what is the lesson that you can learn from it? And usually the lesson is either you hit the wrong marketplace wherever you're pushing your wares out to, or you're making something that the market doesn't want and that only you and a few other people would be interested in. So you want to make sure that that you understand the market. This is where many creators struggle, is understanding that you need to learn who you're selling to. This is why I also say you always need to get in a niche. Now, the thing with holidays are a little bit different, and you can be a little bit more general in the holiday stuff, because the theme, it's theme based. Now you can get into niches in it, like Christian crush sets and stuff. So Kate has responded here. So I'm going to pop you up in here, Kate. And so Kate said, yes, decor is the key. she saw these adorable Christmas trees in Etsy, and she had to make them. She had to have them, except she's a creator, so she's going to make them. And they were each designed with a different design and had a small stand. Okay, so one of the things you can do is go to Etsy and see what's selling too, and pay attention to how you're feeling. The one I say this all the time: people buy out of emotion, right? I can't pound this in people's head enough, because nobody buys because you think they want to buy something, but they are buying. People don't want to be sold, but they want to buy something. They want to buy something that's going to make them feel good and make them feel special, right, inside themselves. And so your job is to create stuff that's going to tap into that. And Etsy is a great place, right? Etsy is kind of a more of a woman-based type of platform. So you can really get, and when I say woman-based, it's I'm going to guess a lot of women go there, but I mean, we go there too for files and stuff. But Kate, I'm watching for Kate's posts, because trees, Christmas countdown items, door hangers, right? So these are pretty generic, general. They generally like the funny stuff too. You can keep it kind of funny. That's a good thing. So, but it's not just Christmas, right? Think of the holidays that are coming up, and the big holidays that people like to decorate for. So we're going to have Easter coming. Now is the time to start making stuff for Easter. And think about what people are doing to decorate for Easter. There's July 4th. There is Thanksgiving, which is not a real heavy product season for what we do. There's also Valentine's Day, which is not something that people necessarily decorate for, but it is a day that has a lot of meaning, love, right? And a lot of things happen around Valentine's Day. Like, lots of babies start getting created, and lots of engagements happen, and there's even lots of weddings that happen on that day. So Valentine's Day is something to really think about if you want to start creating stuff for that. What you want to do is, I've said this many times, you want to be in a niche, right? And just stay in your niche and don't try to bump out of it. If you're making flags, American flags, then stick with that, right? It's a very popular item, and they sell the sales for flags, American flags, goes way up when we start getting towards an Independence Day. Rise and shine. So Kate is saying she's giving you a bunch of ideas of stuff to make. Winter, snowmen, snowflakes, themed, but not just Christmas. So Kate, throw out a few ideas for some of the other holidays, Easter and what have you. So I want to see some of the other comments here. Mardi Gras, okay, is huge in New Orleans. Okay, so this is a good one. All right, excellent, Kenny. This is a good one because it's number one, people are going there to party, and when they go to party, they're also going there to be a little more liberal with their wallets. It's also regional, right? So people travel to it, and when you have people in tourist mindset, they're planning on buying stuff, and when they're drinking a lot, the inhibitions go out the window a little bit, right? So you tap into stuff like that. Let's see, William. Let's see, what do you have to say here? Selling good for Christmas, making acrylic engravings. Yeah, acrylic is real. People love acrylic. You can do the acrylic Christmas ornaments, acrylic LED things. So you said for people so far, you're at $400 to get not bad at $25 a piece, right? Okay, so this kind of points out something, William. Thank you for saying this. In holidays, people are going to spend money, and they know they're going to spend money. And this is a time where you can be a little bit more liberal with yourself with your prices, Notice the gesture of my hands with your prices, because it's special occasion, right? And people, special occasions, people are willing to pay more for that stuff, right? It's just meaningful stuff. Um, so Wade, you tend to sell in stores. You'd rather not sit at a craft show. I prefer to make product. Okay, that's kind of a good point. I do. I get that, right? I have no patience for trading my time for sales that I hope that I'm going to get. Right? We live in a world where we can really take advantage of technology platforms like Etsy, getting a website going, uh, posting your stuff out on Facebook. This is the way to get out there. Now, there are places and times where it's definitely right to be out in those crowds. The thing with the going into like craft shows or what have you is that you're kind of, it's kind of a roll of the dice, right? You don't know who's going to buy, who's not, and ideally it's better to be at themed craft shows other than the general craft shows that are out there. But you can do okay if you get the right stuff. Let's see. I gotta go to some new comments here. So let's see, Brian. You converted your plasma into a router table. It's a lot of trial and tribulation, heartache, frustration. Okay, cut your first piece tonight. Excellent. Okay. Converted your plasma into a router. There you go. I know Jack in the shop, who's in the thread here. He converted his router to a plasma cutter. So, and Greg is saving up for a CNC now. Very cool. Okay, here we go. Cornerstone Woodworks. Okay, you do residential sales, but you prefer to steer your selling towards small business owners who are out in the community and have many connections, right? Realtors, insurance agents, photographers. Yeah. So this is a kind of a better angle to go when you're dealing with people who have a customer base, are always out there engaging with people, and have incentive to be making stuff for people, and or be giving stuff to their customers. Realtors are a great one. I have talked to many creators who started off in CNC since I started this channel, the IDC Woodcraft channel, and they have gone into building relationships with a bunch of realtors. Now that's all they do. They make cutting boards for realtors, or they'll make a plaque that they can hang in their house or something like that. So, but that's it's kind of off target of what this whole thing is about. But it's definitely food for thought of trying to keep your bandwidth narrow in the types of projects that you make, and it's best to find a specialty. One of the biggest mistakes people make is they make all kinds of stuff, right? And hope to sell it all. And you end up with a lot of inventory and a lot of time, and much of that inventory will stay around for several years. And so you kind of want to stay away from that, unless you're just doing it for fun and you're selling it for fun. And then it doesn't really matter if you don't need a business out of it. The things to remember with holidays is they're very seasonal. So stockpiling yourself up can be backfire on you. I had a YouTube comment yesterday I do want to share with you, because a lot of people use Etsy, right? Or they think about Etsy, and Etsy, I say it's a good proving ground, but it's not where you want to depend on unless you really know how to penetrate the market. But somebody who was on Etsy, and unfortunately, one of our CNC brothers, unfortunately, because of a copyright, what Etsy considered a copyright violation, that the company, that Etsy kicked him off. And so he struggled around trying to figure out how he was going to generate revenue for his business. And he was telling me about something I'm going to look into, but I want to give you this bug. Amazon. Amazon has a new platform called Amazon Homemade. And he was telling me that it took a while. The IDC, the router bits. Let's see. I got to see it in my camera. There it is, right there. My screen is backwards. So, IDC Woodcraft bits, the starter sets on Amazon. I'm starting to put some other stuff on Amazon. It's a challenge to get into Amazon, but what he was telling me was that it took a little while, but he was getting more and more and more sales, and he's now at a point where he's finding it hard to keep up with it. So you may want to take a look at that Amazon Homemade. The thing again with that is find a product that people want. One of the things I've seen lately is the steampunk things, but I don't know if they are a trademarked item or not. But something like that, and you just make a few of the steampunks and get them out there on Amazon Home. I don't know. I've got to research it. But this is just something I want you guys to take a look at. So let's see. Amazon Homemade. So Jackie, yard sale. You have been busy building projects, using my bits and watching my videos. Hey, super. I'm a movie star. I love it. Let's see. What else we got here? Greg, you helped your wife do a craft show once, selling her door wreaths. It was a long day and only 4 sales, but it was a great networking experience. So it's good to network that way as well in the craft shows. Just remember, when you're doing craft shows, you spend a lot of time, unless you know what people are wanting, you're spending a lot of time making stuff, and you're spending a lot of time setting up, and you are dependent on a market that may or may not buy. So that's why I stress it. Online is the way to go. You've got to work online or network with people who deal with people on a regular basis inside of a niche. I'm working with a guy now, so I can set up these website things for you, so that you can get a website built, because you got to have a website. But that's still in the works. What else we got? Kate, so what is this? You have to look at FAIRE, FAIRE. Selling on there is a great idea. It's worth looking into, and less fees than Etsy. So FAIRE, I have not heard of that. FAIRE. Kate, will you put a little blurb in here as to what it is? Is it like Etsy, or yeah, share with me, please. Oh, bull shenanigan. The man, the myth, the legend. So what bull, I don't have it with me, darn it. It's downstairs in the shop. A CNC brother, Andy, sent me a coffee mug that had the IDC logo on it, and on the backside he put Garrett Fromey, the man, the myth, the legend. Kind of humbled me. And I guess that's coming from the new swag that's coming out, the IDC Woodcraft coffee cups. The reason I did this, right, is because I know that you are spending a ton of time at your machine. And I'm just thinking, if you can tell people, if I got this cup, leave me alone. Don't bother me. I'm in my zone. I'm happy as a pig in shit. And I'm going to be here a while. All right. So, Harold, looking forward to getting a website when the guy is up and running. Yeah, he's finishing off a couple projects for me. Actually, a big project, actually something that you will want. I am not going to announce it because it's going to take a couple of months. But it's a development project that is designed for CNC creators. And just consider this a serious teaser, because this is next level. This is next level in the CNC thing. Yeah. All right, let's get back to business. I'm waiting for Kate to say something about the what FAIR is. But so Bull, I do want to share this. Bull Shanigan, he's got a Bull has the Facebook group called The Make, right? So I have CNC entrepreneurs. Bull has the one called The Make. And if you are looking for some one-on-one time for Vectric, from the basic all the way up to Aspire, I currently have my calendar closed. I've had to close it for my one-on-ones because business was just getting really overwhelming for me, and I got to get my systems in place so I can get back to content creating. But Bull also does training. So if you are looking to get some one-on-one to work through some problems or just get some training, Bull is the guy you want to go see. Go join his Facebook group, The Make, and then send a message to him, and he'll get you up there and running. He's better than I am at the Vectric software. So anyway, wait, looking for new comments. Okay, let's go back to business. Kate, so what she said, FAIR is a website for vendors to search on and buy wholesale products. Okay. And then you can do stuff. So take a look at FAIR. I guess it's fair.com, FAIRE. And you can, I'm assuming that you can buy blanks and then you can modify them. Or you can buy wholesale and move them forward. There's nothing wrong with that either. She likes to buy some smaller items that she can use to customize her stuff, right? And save time. Right. So that's the other thing, save your time. Let's get back to holidays. I'm getting off in left field here. When it comes to holidays, it's okay to do it, but you're going to be busting your ass. Make sure that you know the market you're selling to and the stuff that they want. Know what women want to buy, because they are the decorators for holidays. Me, I don't care about putting up a Christmas tree, but the grandkids want it. If I had a lady, which I'm working on, she would want it too, and I would put it up for her. But the idea is, think about women when you're making your stuff. Now, same with Easter. When it comes to 4th of July, right? That's kind of leaning more towards a guy thing. And so I am always telling people, just make flags. If you don't know what to make and you want to get into business, you got to niche down, start off with flags, American flags, and try to put your unique twist on it. But test the market. Ask people what they think about your designs and what would make that design more unique and more outstanding. The thing is to get yourself in a kind of a unique place where you're not making the same thing that everybody else is making. You want to get your own twist on it that people want. Okay. So Jack, let's see. You never know what women want. Go ask them. They'll tell you, right? The best ones to ask are our sister CNC creators, right? Because not only do they know not only do they know the mindset, but they're also the creators, right? They know what to make too. So Kate's a fabulous one to talk to if you ever find her, if she ever makes herself publicly available. I shot a video with her and we talked about this kind of stuff, so you may want to go back and watch it. Rob, you're welcome. You're welcome. So what I'd like to do is hear about what some of you are doing in your Christmas projects or your holiday project. It doesn't have to be Christmas, but holiday projects where you have found success and holiday projects where you have found failure. Now, before we step into that, I'll give you time to type your stuff in, but I want to tell you something I heard today that I want you to realize when it comes to doing business. Business is not easy. Business is one of the things that is a natural part of business. Business cannot exist without it, and it's called failure. Many people are afraid of failure, or they try something and it doesn't seem to work, and then they say, "Oh, it doesn't work. I failed, and it's no good." No, it's simply a result, and it's a step forward towards success. You have to learn, and we have to learn by our mistakes, by our failures, testing the market, and we all go through it. I just want to try to teach you how to avoid some of the mistakes that's going to take a little bit longer. And one of those big things is find a niche. And if you don't know a niche, go think about what you are passionate about. And Rodney, you got your bits. Many thanks. You're welcome. You're welcome for the M&Ms. I think that's like my favorite part of packing up the router bits is when I put M&Ms in there. Okay, so JD, you live on the Jersey Shore. Oh, you got to tell me where. I used to live in New Jersey. I grew up there in Union County, outside of the town of Summit, New Jersey, in northern New Jersey. I was about 20 miles out of New York City, and Manhattan was my stomping ground when I was doing my partying. Okay, so best season is in the spring and early summer, as people decorate their summer rentals with their own homes, their own homes. You avoid making what everybody else is offering. Yeah. So if you're making what everybody else is offering, then you're in competition. This is another business tip I want to give you. And I want you to so absorb this. Write this down, right? Tattoo it on your forehead. All right. And that is, get yourself in a unique position. Because if you're making the same stuff as everybody else, then you are competing. And in business, this is one thing they say is there in the where everybody else is, it's very crowded. You're dealing with 85%. You're competing with 85% of your competition. But if you get yourself unique and you get your prices up there, now you're stepping out, and it's there's no competition when you're getting yourself unique, but people still want it, and your prices are up there a little higher. So let's see, got to bit snap one, don't know why. Send an email. Send me an email and tell me what you were doing. This past weekend, you had success at a craft show with small stocking stuffers for men. Interesting. Okay. So I want you to kind of, this is such an interesting twist to it because it's unique, right? It's stocking stuffers for men, right? Nobody buys stocking stuffers for men except for their wives, right? So and of course their wives are buying, but he made stuff for them. So that is very cool. I hats off to you for getting kind of unique like that, Jeff. And Brian, okay, so to Brian, this is the best place to buy bits, well made and price. Oh, okay, you're talking about the IDC Woodcraft bits. So thank you. When it comes down to business, just thinking you're going to get into business is, I'm kind of veering off of the holiday stuff. Just thinking you're going to get into business is a good driver for you to do it. But we have to be methodical. Business, most businesses that we can talk about retail stores that, your local retail stores, they don't grow, right? That they're not, because they're not thinking beyond what they're doing. And so their business mindset, their business plan took them to a certain level, and now they're stuck at that level, right? You want to bring yourself to a point where you can either grow your business, sell your business, hire people, unless you're just doing it for fun and you're doing it more for a hobby, and the business is more of a hobby thing for you. But niche, right? Because the other reason I say niche is because you get to know the people in that niche and the little things that drive them. So Brian, let's see what we got here. So from Cornerstone, it's part of woodworking gig, and it makes my products better and better through failures. Yeah. Failures and rendition. As you go, you progress. Brian, you have a website already. It's not yet well known and still needs some work. But if there is enough interest, I would definitely be willing to allow others to sell from it. So websites, it's a different topic, but I will say this note to you. You've probably heard SEO. That's search engine optimization. Right. And what that is, I can explain to you what that is so you understand it on your website. If your website is not getting a lot of traction, is you want to understand what people are looking for, what they are actually typing in Google, and you want to know what those phrases are. So when you're doing a search on Google, so whatever you're selling, let's just say you're selling wooden Christmas trees, right? Your website needs to contain all the keywords. When I say keywords, all the words people are using related to what you're doing. Wooden Christmas trees, personalized Christmas trees, Christmas tree decorations, on and on and on. But the best place to know what people are looking for is you go to Google and you start typing in the Christmas tree decoration, whatever, and you get that drop down and you see all these suggestions. Those suggestions are what people are typing in, making searches. So what you want to do is match that exact wording, right? So you match that exact wording in your sentences, in your descriptions, because Google is gonna key in on that. And then when people are searching for it, then you are more likely to rank up there into page one. Okay. Hey, Joe. Joe up there. Joe L, man. So Joe, I have to say to the world here that my birthday was November 26th, and I got a box a couple days later. I get lots of boxes because of my business, so I let it sit there. And I got a text from Joe the next day. He said, "Hey, did you get something from in the mail?" And I said, "Well, yeah, that's still sitting there." And I told him the same thing. He said, "You better go look." And I opened it up, and it had frozen pizzas from Detroit. Joe sent me 2 pizzas that are like if you're in Detroit and you haven't been to this pizza joint, you haven't been to Detroit kind of thing. And they were packed with dry ice, right? And the dry ice was done, right? So they're just getting ready to kind of start to thaw. So that, oh my gosh. So I got them in the freezer, and then I had both pizzas, best pizzas on the planet, better than New York style pizza. So okay. Let's see. We got Cornerstone. Garrett is on point with SEO. Whatever shows up on the first page gets the fish. Absolutely. SEO takes a little bit of training, not really training. You just want to think like other people think. And you got to look it up and see what people are talking about, how they're typing. And you be aware how you are doing searches. Just be aware of the wording you're using, how you're abbreviating stuff. Take advantage of that because everybody else is searching the same way. Christopher, first time on here. You ordered the CNC with all the bells and whistles. It hasn't come yet. You left on vacation in Panama. Geez, I should be in Panama right now. Buy me a plane ticket, man. I actually almost bought a plane ticket about 2 weeks ago with the Hawaii volcano going off. My brother lives on the same island. He said it was fantastic to watch that. Okay, let's get back to this. Okay, Mark, you plan on using your CNC to create inlays on furniture. You build and want to offer small freebies to help promote your refinishing and custom build business. You want to build, okay, I want to speak to this. You want to build on what you already are doing as soon as you get it out of the box. Okay, so this is an interesting. It's also a kind of a side note from the holiday thing. So here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to just finish up this holiday thing. Is you always got to be ready with holidays a couple months in advance, and you want to know what people are buying. Go talk to women. Find the sister CNC creators, or just talk to women in general, and think about the demographic level that you want to be selling to. What I mean by that is you don't want to sell to trailer trash kind of. They're cheap. They don't have any money. They're not going to spend. They're going to give you a hard time. They're going to try to haggle with you, right? You want to sell to people who have finer homes, who really care about the decorating, stuff like that. It's better to find a niche, stay in that niche, and do your stuff in that niche, and stick with it. Okay. This is interesting, Mark. So he wants to do inlays on furniture. First of all, find the market, right? I'm assuming that you have a market. You have people that will want it. I think it's very cool. This is going to be kind of upper scale. And you want to offer freebies to help promote your refinishing. So I'm going to challenge that a little bit. Freebies are just things, right? It's just stuff. People like it, but they like it in the moment. We can go to these little business shows where they're handing out little keychains and things like that, and we're running around with a baggie going, "Oh, what else can I get?" And then we get home and go, "What am I going to do with all this crap?" And it all ends up in the garbage, right? So freebies is not necessarily the way to go, mainly for that reason, because people don't respect free. What you want to do instead is offer value to them within your expertise. And so by offering value is teaching them. Let's just say you got somebody, you're refinishing furniture, right? So I'm going to assume that you're doing right now, and you've got customers or people who are interested. So before they even buy, what you want to do is educate them, right? You educate them on how to take care of this stuff or what is causing this so they can prevent it in the future. You're giving them knowledge that's going to help them based on why they're approaching you in the first place, or why you're even in that market. Here's an example on my end. I create the YouTube videos I create when I'm really creating one I really want to show you. It's the hour and a half stinking video. And I'm going through everything and I'm re-say what I've done multiple times so you get it. And I actually have to think, because I'm dealing with brand new creators. I have to think from where you're at, and what I want you to do is come into that video going, I have this question, and come out of that video going, that makes sense now. I think I can do this, right? This is where you're going to add value. What you're doing is doing something called you're adding value, and you're establishing something called the rule of reciprocity. This is the most powerful business tool on the planet. And here's the way that you can try to understand what reciprocity is. The rule of reciprocity and getting that kicked in is, we all have had somebody do us a favor in one way or another. They've given us some money when we needed it. They just came and did something for us. They helped us out in a pinch in some other way, whatever. And we never really repaid them for that. And even 10 years later, we're going, I got to give that guy that $20 back. It's something as small as that, when he's forgotten about it, but we didn't. We are now indebted to them, right? Just by that simple thing. And the idea I want you to really grasp onto is there's this time frame of 10 years that you owe somebody for something. It's still there in you, right? Until you can balance out that debt, because that's what it is. It's emotional debt. Until you can balance out that debt, that's going to nag at you every once in a while. It's just going to pop up and you're going to think, I got to take care of this, right? So in business, when you're doing freebies, won't create the reciprocity. It's adding value, educating them in some way that they are desiring to know, that they need education on, that they want to know. In my case, someone buys a CNC router and they want to know how to make it work to make these awesome projects, right? And so they're starting small. It's my job is to give them that skill, and that's adding value to them, and that sets up the rule of reciprocity, right? And at the end of the day, what happens? They come and they support me. They donate for St. Jude, right? The buy me a cup of coffee. Here's one for you. A couple weeks ago, and Harold Mayberry, we did a video, and he said at the end, buy Garrett a cup of coffee, man. He's giving so much, right? Harold is one of the guys that just made me know that I'm doing the right stuff for you. And then somebody bought me $200 worth of coffees, right? $200 donation. And I've been so busy, I have not gotten to the buy me a cup of coffee things, and they're mounting up, right? I get emails every day. Someone bought you 3 cups of coffee. And I am not comfortable in me until I get to that, and I talk to these people and I respond to these things. And somebody did a $200 donation. I'm thinking, I got to go talk to them, right? And so that's the rule of reciprocity. Reciprocity was set up because of that, until I can go back and say thank you. All right. So I want you to understand that in business, value first. Money is a byproduct of value creation. So you got to create value for them. And when you're creating value, and this is exactly why, because you're setting up the rule of reciprocity. You are giving to others, and by giving to others, you will get back. But if we're in business for ourselves, me, I want to make money, you're always going to struggle. It's just the way it is. So please understand this rule of reciprocity thing. Give value first. Freebies, don't cut it. So I just going to challenge that. So that's my little spiel on that. And if you got something out of that, if you understood that at all, and you're on YouTube, or I'm not sure which one, there's just some thumbs ups here. Put a thumbs up in this thing, because this is the most important lesson I can give when it comes to business, is give value first, and don't give with expectation. Just give from your heart, and it'll come back. I promise you, if you're giving from your heart, it will come back. Okay, so what else we got here? I have my support. Thanks, Joe. Chris. Free is never free. Promo your business with products that promo your logo, phone, email, or web address. The best promo you can do on your projects is put a QR code on it that's going to lead them straight back to your website. Put a QR code on it. Business cards, throw them out the door, right? And I mean, you can have a few, but think about what you do with business cards. I rarely keep business cards. Just don't. People don't keep them. But QR codes don't go away. On the back of your projects that you're selling, always put your QR code and make sure your customer knows that QR code is there. And even have them scan the code, just so they know it works. Right now, they're actually actively doing it. It embeds it in the mind. And the reason I say put a QR code on your stuff and letting them know is because someday down the road, someone's going to see the amazing project you made, and they're going to ask them where they got it from. And if they don't have any reference to go find you quickly and easily, the best one is a QR code that takes them right back to the website, the sales page on your website, where it's 3 steps to go buy a project for them, right? This is why technology is so amazing, right? Okay. QR everything. Jack says QR everything. Absolutely. Look, you need bits. Where do you think that's going to take you? Straight back to the IDC Woodcraft store. So I'm going to tell you, got 68 people on here right now. So I'm going to tell you my marketing strategy, because this is absolutely marketing strategy, right? It's free, right? But it doesn't come, I'm not sending it because I'm not sending it out for free. It's going with product, right? But so there's my chain of thought on this. And I want you to learn from this. Please learn from this. Okay. The majority of us drink coffee. And when we're sitting down designing our stuff, we are there, we're in our zone, and I'm drinking coffee. And you notice I send out the QR code stickers, and I tell you exactly what to do with it. Stick it on your machine. But before you do it, scan the thing, see how it works. Where does that take you? Straight back to the website. Okay. Now you got a sticker on your machine that says, if you need bits, scan here. Now you're drinking coffee out of a cup that says, if you need bits, scan here. Right. But it's coming with humor, right? It's coming with, because we all love coffee, and it's going to have a little note with it that says, I know that you are going to be spending a ton of time at your CNC router, and you're going to be drinking coffee. You might as well have a cup, and tell the people, if they see you drinking out of this cup, leave you alone. You're creating, right? So, but this is always in the face. This is branding, right? It's always in the face. So that's the business strategy, but it's all in fun too, right? Because I see it as fun, that I'm giving you a cup of coffee because you are going to be sitting there drinking coffee, and M&Ms are fun, right? It's all playful. So think strategy when you're doing this stuff. QR code everything. Please QR code all your projects, especially if you're selling them. So what I want is to get a little comment back. I want you to I want to know what you got out of this little thing that I just shared with you, as to the thought that goes into your business and making your business grow. I want to know how you can do it with yours, but what I'm really interested in is what you got out of what I just shared with you for you. Random Thunder. Let's see. Garrett, not only do we give first, but also edify the customer so they feel they are number one. He was in business for 20 years and it never failed. This is okay. So I did a video, and I made a wooden sign, and I hung that sign on my neck in the video. And that sign says, "Make me feel special." Right. So Thunder just said that. Your customer doesn't give a crap about you, what you feel, what you think. They are the most important person in the world. And so if you are treating them and talking to them as if you genuinely care, you can't fake it. They'll read it, right? You do have to care. You have to have it inside of you to have genuine interest in your customers and the people that you, not just customers, but people you engage with. When they feel that makes them feel special. And when they feel special, that sets up rule reciprocity, and they will want to buy from you. We've all had that, where you've been at somewhere at a store or whatever, and someone, or on the phone, someone has helped you out. And then you said, okay, well, I'll buy that. And we've all done it too, where we've bought something we didn't even need it, but that's how much value they set up. I want you to understand the psychology behind this, right? They were just genuinely interested in helping us, and we felt it. and when we feel it, now we owe them back, and we want to help them out. So it's kind of, it's giving, right? And don't think of it as I'm getting a sale, I want money, that kind of stuff. So thank you, Thunder, for bringing that one up. Let's see. Joey said that I may need a different color that jumps out of your coffee cup. I thought about it, but the IDC Woodcraft colors are the silver, black, and so I stayed with that theme. I don't want to bounce all over the place. So I thought about creating an orange sticker, but that's not IDC Woodcraft. Do I have a link for making a QR code? There's lots of free sites out there. Just type in QR code generator, and then you download it. Then you put in your website link or your Facebook permalink, wherever it's going to take you, your Etsy store, doesn't matter. You can have a love letter that comes out of a QR code. Okay, they're fascinating the way they're set up. But just look up QR code generator and type in the field that they give you, plug in your website address, and it'll create the barcode, and then you just download it, and then you can convert it into a PDF. You can import it into your software and either laser burn it into your project, carve it in. I'd laser burn it if you have it, but I've carved it in my projects as well. Wade, if you got on your web page, in Google Chrome, and right click, it will make a QR code for that page. Okay, I didn't know that. Didn't know that at all. Okay, so right click the Google Chrome. I'll check that out. I can share screen right now, but I'm not in a screen sharing mood, and I just want to talk to you. I'm so happy to be back with you and my CNC brothers and sisters. It's so cool. JD, great points. You would never sit in a chair talking to a person walking by a craft show booth. Stand up, talk, and smile. Yep. Stand up, talk, and smile, and always ask about them. Take an interest in them. When it comes back to CNC business, this is why it's so important to get into a niche, right? So you can understand what's important to people. You got to make them feel important. You got to make them feel special. That's our job as business owners. I will enjoy my holidays, yes. Somehow I'll enjoy them. We have our family tradition. QR code generation in Chrome is from the share button. Okay. All right. So very cool. So some of the things I covered here, all right, they started off with like seasonal gifts. You got to plan your seasonal gifts a couple months ahead of time. Really like 4 months at a time. And also know the market you want to tap into. Seasonal decorating gifts, talk to women. Okay. They're the ones that like to decorate. They're the ones, when it comes to that stuff, they're the boss. So tap into their minds and see what they like. And then come up with designs and take it back to them. See if they like them. You want their honest feedback. Then we left, it's not just Christmas. It's we have the Easter's big one. Another one is Halloween. There are lots of Halloween stuff. I see a lot of those box jack-o'-lantern things, right? Apparently they're selling like crazy, so you may want to consider that too. But also the craft shows, you're trading your time for uncertainty, right? So you want to try to. Craft shows aren't bad, right? I do it once a year here when we have what they call the Chautauqua, because I like being out there with my grandkids, teaching them about business and saying hi to all the people that are going by and getting to know the people in my town. And we also talked, got off the subject that your business is about other people. Rule of reciprocity is the most powerful thing in business. Give value, make them feel special, help them without expecting sales from them, and because they can sense it, right? We can sense that energy from people if there's ulterior motive, and what was the last one? I forgot now. Oh well. So I'll take care of a couple more comments though. Here, so Vic, Phantom CNC. When are you coming out with your next video on a Phantom? Yeah, I'm curious about my experience. Okay, so the Phantom, all CNCs have been sitting idle for the last month because I have been restructuring my business. I've been getting people on board. And so I'm working on building systems to make things work better. And I have to, now I'm at a point where I'm having to create standard operating procedures, just making things more efficient. Business is picking up. And I really want to get back to creating videos. So I've got to get people in place for that. So the short answer to your question is you probably won't see the Phantom CNC video until the end of January at that point. So Phantom is, I've got another one I'm making on how to make a bowl. And also I have to start creating videos more about router bit usage since the volumes are going up and I can get a lot more emails about bits and settings. And I want to really get information out there that really dives deep into it so you understand it. I've got some videos, but I have to create some of that stuff too. Jack, you're meeting with CPA next week to see if you need to stay hobby or LLC. Yeah. Yeah. I will say, if you are in business in any way, shape, or form, that at least an LLC is something you want to do. And what many people don't realize is the amount of write-offs that can be business expenses. Okay. Some of your electric bill, your shop can now be considered a business space. So now your business can be renting from you. Your internet. If you're using your internet for your business, then your internet is being paid for the business, and those are considered write-offs. They're not taxed, right? It's that they're taken off the top before you're taxed for different things. So you really, really want to consider getting yourself at a business level of some sort. LLCs are not complicated at all. I am not an LLC. I am a sub S corporation. And I did that knowing where my business, where IDC Woodcraft will be going. So I'm looking in the future. Merry Christmas to you, JD. And Thunder, absolutely, the customer is so important. So Jack, you're a C corporation. Okay. All right. Okay. So you are a C corporation or a C corporation. Okay. So you're saying you're going to be a LLC or a C corp. Anyway, we can talk business another day. Wait, that's all I ever talk about when I'm doing these things. So I want to thank you for hanging out with me, and it's kind of nice to say hello again. I don't think I'll be putting any more videos out this year. I'm going to try to get the bull video out. That's one of those videos that's going to be an hour and a half, and those videos are tough. So final things is the diamond engraving bit is available now on IDC Woodcraft. And also I mentioned about if you want to get one-on-one, my calendar is closed. It's going to be closed for the next month or two. And so if you want it, go join the Facebook group, The Make, THE space MAKE, and then contact Bull Shanigan. He's the one that started the group. He's an expert with the Vectrix software, and he'll be glad to help you out. With that, I want to say thank you. Hi, big fat hug again. Let me give you a big fat hug. There we go. And we will be talking to you again soon. Hasta la vista and happy CNCing.